that front end too.
And then we gotta take and jack that up. Take those air tires off, then we can turn that thing any way we want.
We'll be able to turn it like this out. Just
Yeah.
pull it back and just.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no, we will.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Slide it over this way.
Go back and then we'll reposition it.
Push on the tire. Try that. Because you gotta clear the distributor. Yeah, that's good right there. I'll bet you that's really close. Might need to go up just a little bit more. Maybe an inch or two. Right there, I should do it.
Right, Andrew?
All right, thank you. From here, the cherry picker and Nate, we can get it done. The only thing you might have to help us do is push it back in once I get everything bolted down. That's my son Andrew. He's a big help, him and my other son.
Trey Diesel.
Yeah. He's Mr. Penske. Well, here we go. Now we got the chassis under the body. So the next thing we need to do is take and get the old cherry picker. We'll go to the rear first and we'll take and lift the body up and pull the 4x4s out. And then set the body down on the chassis. And then we'll come up here to the front. We'll hook in right here where the body mounts are at. And we'll take the cherry picker and we'll pick that up and set it down. And 3 long years of hard waiting is finally here. This is a milestone for this car. This car's been tore apart since since the 80s. Late 80s, maybe mid 80s. It's been apart that long. So I'm going to give you a little bit of personal history about this car. I know I've told bits and pieces. But this car right here, when I tore it apart, I found the build sheet. And that started the quest to get find out the history on this car. So this build sheet says that it was built in Arlington, Texas, which matches up with the VIN, matches up with the trim tag. It's a 13437 car, which is a base model. So it was, it said it was Arlington plant. It shows the Arlington shipping, and then over on the other side of the build sheet, it showed shipped to Earl Shear Chevrolet, Opp, Alabama. So I got on the internet and I looked up Earl Shear, and he had just died when I looked him up, and they had a big write-up about him on the internet because one of his granddaughters did a big write-up about him. So then I called down there to Opp, Alabama, and I started talking to people, and I wound up talking to Willie Cook, who was a school teacher, who was a part-time bookkeeper at Earl Shear Chevrolet, and he ordered all the vehicles. So his neighbor across the street, they wanted to buy a new car for their son who was going to go to school. James Allen was the dad, Gary Allen was the son. he was going to get ready to go to college. He was a senior in high school. So they ordered this car, and they ordered it with a big block. Willie Crook tried to talk him out of it, said you're going to have insurance problems and all this other stuff. So they ordered this car, and he drove it all through college, and then he blew the motor up. And then from there, and I don't know exactly what year, but from there on, it wound up in Ohio, down in Canton area, and then one of my good friends wound up with it. He bought it off the owner that had it from when it came from Alabama, and it's been apart all these years. And that's why I say this is a milestone. This is the first time since this car was built that it's had a big block back in it. It's got the original KD code rear end, it's got the original CD transmission, and this is a Period Craig big block exactly like what came in it. So this is a milestone, and I'm excited. And my other son Nate's here to help me right now, so we're going to keep on going. Nate, come here. This is my other son Nate. So Nate and Andrew have been helping me with this car right along. So it's exciting.